All right, all right. Been a long time since I've done this. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to be live, but it is quiet right now. It's actually just turned 11:12. And yeah, I wanted to chat about angels real quick, y'all. Because there's a lot of confusion into it, and I just like to explain my version of it, see if I can add some more confusion to it, right? So, angels are essentially star seeds, right? Angels are star seeds. Now, most people, when they speak of an angel, right, on earth, they're always talking about females or angels. No, those aren't angels. Angels are masculines, right? The ones that they fall in love with that are feminines are earth angels. And earth angels didn't fall to earth. They're angelic embodiments like star seeds, but their source energy comes from earth. So then you've got the angels who fell to earth. Why did they fall to earth, right? Why were they cast out of heaven to earth, right? Because they took the daughters of the earth. They took them as wives, right? The angels fell for the angels from the cosmos, fell in love with the angels on earth. Specifically for me, the most predominant angels, like the archangels and things like that from our stories, come from the sun, right? So those are the ones that initially fell to earth. They created the race of giants first, right? By doing that, they incorporated their DNA into the human DNA, essentially trapping themselves here with the human DNA, right? So they're in the code. A fractal piece of them is forever stuck here. So that's how they're kind of entrapped on Earth. Now you have the volunteers that have come to Earth. They've come from different outer sources. You got the Pleiades, you got Taurians, you got whatever, right? Those people who look into the sky and see that they feel like they belong to a different planet, right? Those are a different variation of starseeds, right? If you ever listen to Dolores Cannon, she talks about there's multiple waves, right? I never think anybody's got it 100% right. But that's kind of my view on it, right? So you've got these star seeds that fall to Earth. They tend to fall for daughters of the Earth, right? It's just my variation of these stories, right? Now, when you get into like the twin flame journey, when it comes down to this, right? You've got Adam, so there are sons of the Earth, right? Who was created with Lilith, who's a daughter of the Earth, right? Story gets a little bit twisted, right? Lilith leaves. Who does she create with? She is born of the clay of the earth, and she creates what, quote unquote, demons with, or she mates with demons, which demons are nothing but fallen angels, creating the daughters of the earth, right? So that's just how my view on how angelic DNA is kind of trapped here. So when people talk about Earth is a heaven and Earth is hell, because it is both heaven and hell. It is both the Garden of Eden, but it is also purgatory and entrapment for the spirits that tampered with DNA. If that makes any sense to anybody like that. I mean, you could put that in any text you want to. Aliens to divine spirits to, you know, the galactic energies, all that. That's just the gist of the tales when you boil them down. I don't know what else to say about that, right? So, trying to get into now, how does it work when it comes to the twin flame journeys and it comes to all these angels and stuff like that. All right, so some people consider that their past loved ones have become angels. They don't, in my book, they didn't become angels, they became spirit guides. You can have spirit guides that are angels, and then you can have spirit guides that are passed on loved ones that still embody that angelic spirit, right? Because it's pretty much encoded in most of the human DNA at this point. I don't see, like, when you get into the malevolent spirits, man, those are the ones that have Azazel, right? Azazel got in more trouble than the angels that fell for females, right? The angels that fell for females, they were just like, God kind of like let it slide. He wasn't doing anything about the giants or anything. And then the other ones complained, and they were just like, and then Azazel taught mankind how to create war and stuff like that. So that's pretty much it. That's love, and then there's war right there. There's something about the earth being in between the planet of love and the planet of war, right? It's what we talk about, like, right? 4 of Wands here, drop dead beauty. That's what we talk about when somebody's beautiful, right? It's a big message that's been coming through a lot lately, too. It's like, it doesn't matter what you look like. That is not what makes you beautiful. What makes you beautiful is that spark inside you, right? You can't fake that. Get 6 of Swords here. There's a rite of passage going on right now for everybody. There's something big getting ready to happen with these shifts, right? That's why I need to explain this to y'all. I do, right? The 4 of Wands, like I said, this marriage card, drop dead beauty, as we talked about, the angels fell. In some stories, it says to take wives, right? There's a rite of passage here, right? The rite of passage is knowledge about what really angels are about and what's really going on here. Till death do us part, with the 3 of Pentacles coming in as a team. There's a lot of victory here. There's a big shift getting ready to come for people. The letting go of the past. There's something about how, like, these stories incorporate over and over and over again. Thing is I got it with that damn Kuan Yin in the Chinese culture, right? There's just all these stories of beings being stuck in between planets, right? And there's a problem with manifesting the game, right? If you think the whole point of the game of Earth is, oh, that's what it is. Okay. The whole point of the game of Earth is to catch an Earth angel. That's what it feels like when they get here. So that's why these beings act the way they do. That's why the divine masculine twin flames are such cocky buttholes, right? I mean, that's like Satan's known for being beautiful, right? Angels are known for being beautiful. That's why they get, like, when they're painted and stuff, they're like, they look so feminine. No, they're just really, really pretty boys. Getting all these 10s again. Yeah, being stuck in between things, right? So it's like, yeah, I feel like these people need to, they feel very defensive about their beliefs on certain things, right? It's this, I hate to keep bringing it up, but it really is just an oppression of feminine energy. Right? It's the oppression of feminine energy. It's the expectations of them to be angelic, but just as angels aren't angelic, they're not imperfect beings. No story ever depicts them as being such. You know, I mean, the main story about majority of the angels, right, is they got in trouble for what? Being lustful and being vengeful, right? The first story that I ever really got about angels, or the first one that really hit me that I remember seriously, was from a youth pastor and some group that I went to with my girl Luna back in the day. We used to do church things because the church was always doing stuff for kids, and we would do anything to get out of the house, right? But he did a whole thing about angels, about how angels were badass warriors and stuff like that, right? They were essentially they were God's trained army. I know this probably makes no sense to nobody, but somebody, I don't know if I can explain a little bit of how I see stuff, right? So now we got these star seeds, They're all stuck here on Earth, right? They're all trying to play the level of games, right? Of course, everything's coming off as a simulation to them, right? Because it can't possibly be real. They're benevolent beings. But they're trying to win the game, right? They're trying to win the game, right? There's a lot of trying to take control, right? Defensive energies, right? There's a lot of stuff to do with finances there, right? And they play a lot of games because they feel like it is a game, but there's a big sword of truth, right? Even though they're gaining victory. Even though they're gaining victory, you reap what you sow, right? Got this Queen of Wands entangled in the web, right? Pulling these cords, right? Because that's what it is, right? You're trapped here because of these soul connections, right? That's the whole twin flame journey and all that other stuff that's coming together, right? And the big message, Jack of Wands, Saturn's call. When it comes down to it, when you're here for these journeys, the answer is always love, right? And the love part is true and genuine love. You will wish somebody happy, right? Whether they're with you or not, whether, you know what I'm saying? True and genuine love and sacrifice, because that's what we were talking about, right? Kuan Yin with the Goddess of Mercy. It's in the reading that I just posted before I did this live. She's the embodiment of the starseed, right? Look, I'm going to read her again to you, for those who are just catching this video, right? Kuan Yin, and I love this because this is a definition of the scarecrow, or God damn it, the damn hangman in the goddess deck here, right? So this is Kuan Yin. Her message is all about sacrifice, right? Honored as the Holy Mother of Compassion and Mercy, Kuan Yin is one of the most beloved goddesses of China. After her death, Kuan Yin was brought to heaven, where her purity of heart and mercy towards others transformed her into a goddess. Instead of allowing herself to enjoy heaven's delights out of pity for humanity's suffering, the goddess begged to be sent back to earth to help anyone in need, vowing to never to leave until sorrow was vanquished forever. Kuan Yin sacrificed herself for the greater good of all because she personifies boundless compassion and loving kindness. Devotees to Kuan Yin believe that even an act of speaking her name brings relief from pain, and some say that she walks among us still, looking at the many in need of her care. All right. So what I love about this one, I'm going to get to this, right? This is the story of an earth-bound soul, right? A daughter of the earth.